Hello and welcome. Today's project is all about the unconscious and the conscious mind. Why it's important to learn about the unconscious mind because, well, it makes up 95% of who we are, but also it's what makes you automated. All your habits and beliefs, values come from the unconscious mind. So it's important to learn about the unconscious to overcome the challenges you are currently facing. Now, the unconscious, being unconscious is, in other words, being unawakened, unaware, automated, not in control. And consciousness, more aware, more alert, awakened, the awareness that you have over yourself and your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors. So let's get into the unconscious first. Now, the unconscious is being unaware of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. That was the old Brad who used to suffer from anxiety. He used to step in a lot of sludge puddles throughout the day. I was just unaware of the behaviors I was doing daily that was causing negative outcomes. Unaware of the things I was saying to people. I was saying things I would later regret. Why did I say that thing? That was horrible. I made that person feel like crap. Why did I do that thing? And I was a slave to my emotions. Something behind the scenes was pulling my strings. It was like I couldn't control my reactions to my emotions, to the things I was doing, what I was saying every day. So the unconscious is the 95% of who we are. It's the iceberg, the big part under the surface, right? So our memories are stored in our unconscious. And when we react to something with high emotion or negative emotion, positive or negative emotion, it gets stored within our unconscious. It's easier to pull up something from our unconscious that we reacted to with that high emotion, right? Our habits are formed unconsciously. Our beliefs, values, emotions come from our unconscious mind. All of our organs are running unconsciously. We're not paying attention to our heartbeat and forcing our heart to beat and to breathe throughout the day unless you're doing breath work, right? Consciously. You're not paying attention to your organs and your digestive system. That's running. It's the factory within you that's running without your awareness, right? Because there's too much to pay attention to. Why are you going to pay attention to your heart beating and then this and that? And anxiety sufferers, they are actually obsessing over every single thing. Oh, there's so much information bombarding them. But like I said before, they're slave to all of those thoughts that they pay attention to. They're a slave and very reactive towards all of those things. But the unconscious is the part that is running below your awareness. And it wants to be automated. It wants to be automated. It wants your habits to be automated. It wants your routines to be automated. We are routine creatures. So if you're doing coaching with me, I will highly suggest that you stick to a routine, some sort of discipline, so that your unconscious automates that discipline and that you can do it every day and you don't have to force yourself in some sense. You know that it's part of who you are, your personality. And there were a lot of programs I was running in my past that were causing a lot of negative outcomes, that were manifesting negative things into my life that I had to bring up into awareness, right? So you can view unconsciousness as the weeds are so big, they're so tall that you can't see past the weeds, that you only see the obstacle directly in front of you. It's like walking into a messy room. If you have a messy room, you can relate to what I'm saying. when you walk in, you can't help but feeling a little bit more stressed because there are obstacles everywhere. You open the drawer, you're trying to find a certain pair of socks, but there's a mountain of socks and underwear in there, unorganized. So you just see obstacles. The stress is just high. And if the drawer is organized and there's a little bit of things in there, there's not a lot of stuff, it's organized, it's orderly, you can easily grab it. Well, that moment is 1% better, at least, than the moment where you're opening the drawer and there's a pile of things in there, right? So to be unconscious really is to only pay attention to the obstacles right in front of you. All you see is obstacles, obstacles, obstacles. And so consciousness is like trimming the weeds and then seeing past that and into a new domain, this new territory, a new perspective opens up. So consciousness is being more aware of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, right? So when you trim the weeds and you see past that, right? And when you trim the weeds, that means to add more order into your life, more order to combat the chaos, right? Chaos is being stuck in chaos, is being out in the unknown, being out in that anxious state. Anxiety comes from the unconscious, right? That the deeper parts of our brain. So when you're out in the unknown, you're engulfed in anxiety, right? But you have to add that order to combat that anxiety. So when you organize your room and you minimalize, you get rid of a bunch of stuff in your room. There's not a lot of obstacles and your day becomes 2% better. When you open your closet and you see your shirts lined orderly and there's not a lot of stuff and you know exactly what to pick out, your day is 1% better, at least, than the person that opened the closet and saw the chaos of stuff in there, right? So consciousness is being more awake and being more aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, the things that you're doing every day. You come to my channel and you realize watching my videos that, oh, these are the habits that make up an anxiety sufferer. So now you're more aware of the habits that you're doing. So now you're bringing about more awareness in your life. You're cultivating more awareness, more consciousness in your life. And the cortex is the newer part of our brain, right? The anxiety response, the hypothalamus, these are all deep parts of our brain, but the cortex is the newer part of our brain and it helps us to rationalize and to organize our unconscious parts of ourselves. And what that really means is you know the strategies and techniques that you have to pull out of your tool belt in order to handle the chaos. That's awareness. That's using the cortex, the more developed part of our brains. You know, it's like you think, oh, and you're aware, I'm not myself. I'm stressed. I'm anxious right now. Things in my life have gotten beyond me. Something chaotic pops up in your life. You know what to do. You pull out a technique that you know that helps you deal with the chaos. You pull out a strategy that helps you deal with the chaos. And then things are not as bad as they could be, right? There's not a lot of chaos added to the chaos. There's more order in your life and more discipline in your life. So awareness is that order, adding that order to the chaos, which is chaos being unconscious, right? Being stuck in that anxious state, that anxious loop. And I hope that my content has helped you to add that awareness, add that consciousness to the chaos, all those programs that are running you unconsciously, being aware of, oh yeah, I'm doing this and this every day. You have to journey out into the unknown to gather this new information. That's why when people come to my channel and they're suffering from anxiety, they 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 say to me, I didn't realize I was doing this habit that was causing further anxiety. And I'm like, yeah, you were doing that. That was programmed within you. That was running you unconsciously. Now you are aware of that habit, and now you have the opportunity to change that habit, to change the thought pattern, to change the behavior. And that's where I'm going to leave you on today's video. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, head on over to unpluganxiety.com. If you're interested in my anxiety recovery program, head on over to that site as well. Everything there is for anxiety recovery. And my channel is all about anxiety recovery. And lastly, do not let anxiety define who you are. I will see you on the next video, or could be a podcast episode. Bye for now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell so that whenever a new video of mine appears, you will be one of the first to know. Namaste.